What is going on, dudes and dudettes of the interweb? Thank you so much for clicking. I am AJ and let's get right into this video. So today we shall continue with our Madonna discography journey and we will be listening to her 10th studio album titled Hard Candy. So far, we're still on track to do a reverse chronological order, okay? We intend to listen to all 14 albums in front of the camera, but just in case we don't, we shall do the top. I don't know, I feel like we're gonna do everything in front of the camera, but just in case we don't, okay? I'm not promising anything, just in case we don't. We will do the top 5 and I have a list already. Anyways, y'all already know we're about to, so without further ado, let's get us his reaction. Track number 1, Candy Shop. Ooh, this sounds like an old school Pharrell production. I like the production so far. Very, very intricate. Like that. Yeah. Pharrell! Peace to the grumpy little kid. Told y'all. So this track is definitely time reflective. It reminded me of a time when this particular sound or production was quite popular. And if I'm keeping it real, the more I listened to the song, the more I realized it was a cheapened version of Justin Timberlake's Peak. I was a fan of the production. To me, it's, you know, it's timeless, but the vocals Madonna laid on this track were not necessarily the best, you know? It sounded like she was trying to mimic or emulate the top artist. That's what it sounded like. I mean, I may be wrong, but you know, that's just my opinion on this song. Track number 2, 4 minutes, featuring Justin Timberlake and Timberland, a song I can say I've heard by Madonna, guys. Damn, man, colors, listen. Yo, Timberland is a beast. Well, was. Hey, listen. Grab a girl, grab a boy. Hey, Madonna. You gotta give me that hot tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. Girl, I didn't even realize this song was 4 minutes too. Well, it says 4 minutes and 3 seconds, so y'all lied. Anyways, y'all already know how we feel about this track. It's a classic, I would say. You know, it's a song that I feel can be played maybe 10 years from today and people would rock with it. Track number 3, Give It To Me. Okay, another like Pharrell-ish type of production. For some reason, it sounds like somebody is playing drums in the garage and they're recording in the garage, you know? It sounds cheap. Let's keep listening. Interesting track. Towards the beginning of this song, I did say it sounded kind of cheap, and that was confirmed as I listened to the entire song. I didn't like the added antics, you know, I don't know, to fluff up the song. I didn't like those. So I don't know, this track is okay. To me, it's forgettable. Track number 4, Heartbeat. Whoa. On any given night, catch me keep it going, you know, I actually like the vocals and the melody she's laying on this track, but unfortunately, the production is overbearing. You know, so I find myself concentrating to actually focus on the lyrics, and it's hard because the instrumentals are quite distracting. But let's keep listening. Sounds like Justin Timberlake. See, I like this part. You know, I feel it in my heartbeat. If it was a completely different instrumental or production, it would have been a beautiful song, you know. Let's keep listening.
See my booty get down like see my booty get down like
You know, you can tell that she worked with one producer because so far the songs sound cohesive, but not necessarily in a good way, because each production reminds me of the next. Track number 5, Miles Away. Still similar sound.
all my dreams they fade away.
Beautiful. See?
If you could see
Another prime example of a track that I felt if they took a different route production wise, it would have been oof, bellissimo, you know. This is not unique to Madonna. When I heard Rebel Heart, I heard uniqueness. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, yo. I kind of wish the song was done differently. Same melody, but not with the gimmicky production.
I'm alright.
Hey.
Don't be sorry. So far away.
Hey. So my favorite thing about this track is the melody, and I'd say the vocals laid on by Madonna. If this track didn't have that distinctive Timberland production of back in the day, it would have been a very, very beautiful track. You know, that melody to me is bellissimo. But again, maybe she was going for a homogeneous type of sound throughout this album because everything so far sounds alike. But that's just my take. Shall we move on? Zale. Track number 6, She's Not Me. Has a very 70s vibe.
We're her best friend and now she's rolling. She don't have what's ours. She's not me. All devoted for life, make her beautiful.
I guess I was some bullshit saying you love me.
Never will be.
Wow, they really loved making very long songs back in the Disney, didn't they? God damn. Anyways, She's Not Me is alright. Nothing special. Lyrics are, you know, production for real. Yeah. Track number 7, Incredible.
Just one of those things. Life is beauty. In my head, and I need to think about it.
This song is not starting out good. Not at all. Overpowering production gimmicks, you know? And the melody is being lost in that.
Remembering the very first time you got that.
Get what I'm saying?
Thing goes incredible.
Ew.
All is beauty.
Oh my god, this song is not good. Ooh.
You don't know what you got till it's gone. You told me things I didn't run. Just one of those things with everything upon it. I don't want this incredible.
Yo, how long is they gonna... Girl, this song was way too long, okay? Y'all could have cut this song at a good 4 minutes, but y'all wanted us to hear incredible. How many times I gotta hear that to you? Cut it! Anyways, yo, I didn't like this one. I didn't like this one very much. I mean, there were certain parts where I was like, okay, we can rock with this, but, you know, overall, the song, it's a little paradoxical, you know? The melodies she laid along with the lyrical content were a little bit contradictory to the production, you know? It sounded like Madonna had an idea and Pharrell was like, listen, honey, I got this, okay? Let me do what I do. Ruin the song. Anyways, yeah, I didn't really necessarily like this one that much. Track number 8, Beat Goes On, featuring Kanye West. Another Pharrell sounding track. Very dope production though. This part. Hey. Oh, I like that. The back and forth. Dope. When is Kanye coming in?
It's an impromptu, I want you. Gotta get up off of your seat now.
So I was vibing to this track right before Kanye West hopped on, and you know, it kind of took a turn, not necessarily for the best, but when he got off, you know, it sounded a little better. But yeah, I think this is one of the outstanding tracks, but again, it's not necessarily the best thing I've heard from Madonna. Yeah, that's how I feel about this one. Groovy, but nothing special. Track number 9, Dance Tonight.
Nothing, I'm falling for your love in the world. And you gotta go fast, running this race.
So this track reminded me of 4 Minutes. It's just a stripped down version of 4 Minutes. If you sing 4 minutes to this track, you would understand what I'm talking about, because that's exactly what was going on in my head. That's okay, you know, nothing special and memorable, but yeah, I'm moving on. Track number 10, Spanish Lesson. Same type of production. So this track certainly sounded like 4 Minutes. Whoever produced 4 Minutes, Timberland, definitely produced this track, and he didn't even bother like switching a few things here and there production wise. Did not like whatever vocals or melody Madonna laid on this track. Sonically or melodically, mediocre. Okay. Yeah, let's move on. Track number 11, Devil Wouldn't Recognize You. Maybe this is gonna sound different, I don't know. Ooh. Ooh. Ha.
The angels, they surround my heart.
Ooh, wow. Girl, I'm actually quite surprised, because you know what, we'll talk about it towards the end of the album, because I was gonna say this sounds like Justin Timberlake, you know, it sounds like it's not unique to Madonna, but anyways. So maybe the song would have sounded great back when it was released, but it aged like milk, you know. Similar production to a lot of the songs on this album. You can tell 2 producers worked on this album, Pharrell and Timberland, because their productions are so freaking repetitive. Anyways, sounds like Justin Timberlake wannabe. You know, it sounds like she was inspired by Justin Timberlake's sound back in the day, and it's just not unique. Forgettable. Shall we move on? Track number 12, last track on this album, Voices.
Who is the master? Who is the slave?
Okay. interesting outro to the album. It's the most unique sounding track on this album, sonically speaking, but does not necessarily mean it's the best sounding track either, you know? You know what, girl? With that said, well, we have finally come to the conclusion of this album, and I gotta say, I am glad that it's over, okay? Because, if I'm keeping it real, this album aged like milk, you know? And it's quite a homogenous type of album, meaning a lot of the productions sound similar. And you can tell two producers worked on this album, Pharrell and Timbaland, because their productions are quite distinctive. And another issue I have with this album is the fact that Madonna sounded like whoever was at the top at that time. You know, it sounded like a trend chasing type of album. Nothing unique in this album, nothing stood out, nothing Madonna-esque, you know, nothing Rebel Heart-ish. You get what I'm saying? With Rebel Heart, I'm like, I don't hear anybody on the charts sounding like this. I don't hear anybody, I didn't really hear anything like this in 2015 because that's when Rebel Heart came out. But with this Heart Candy album, you can tell that Madonna was inspired and she was emulating the sound of that time. I'm not necessarily saying that's a bad thing per se, but the thing is, this album comes before Rebel Heart. You know, the only reason why I keep mentioning Rebel Heart is because it's the best album I've heard so far from Madonna out of all four. Yeah, those are my opinions. Do I have any favorites? No, I don't have any favorites, girl. I ain't got no favorites. The only song that stood out to me was 4 minutes, and that's because that's the only song I've actually heard out of every single track of this album. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on my initial listen. And, if you had Hard Candy as your top 5, girl, we need to talk, okay? Because, your taste is a little interesting anyways. I still have hope because, like I said, Ray of Light was the song that actually inspired me to do this Madonna discography series, you know? So we'll see. Girl, at this point, I feel like we have 10 albums left and I'm gonna do the top 5. I feel like that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I keep saying that's what I'm gonna do, but I don't know. You know, I want to listen to all of it. I started, why not finish? You know, I'm just hoping that these past albums that I've heard are the worst of the worst, because if anything sounds like these albums except for Rebel Heart, then I don't know about Madonna's legacy as an icon, okay? But we'll see. But I have hope. Ray of Light, that song was something else. So we'll see. Yeah, please let me know in the comment section what you thought about the album. If you have any favorites, let me know in the comment section below. If any songs grew on you, please let me know in the comment section below. I don't have any favorites anyways with that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. If you have any other recommendations, please leave them in the comment section below. And I'm more than happy to watch or listen and react. In the meantime, I will talk to you later. Bye!